So let's do a video about mindset when it comes to copywriting. There's a lot of people and videos I've seen online, even the comments in some of my YouTube videos. A lot of it all boils down to the mindset side of things. So some of the questions are asked of like, I've sent these number of DMs, sent like 10, 15 DMs, I'm not getting replies, I'm getting ghosted, I can't land a client, can't do this, can't do that, blah, blah, blah. All just limiting beliefs, right? So this shows me and tells me, and should tell you as well, that your mindset is the foundational piece to being a successful copywriter. It's nothing to do with writing. Of course, that's a component of it, but if you don't have the mindset component of this, there is no way that your writing is ever going to get you to where you want to go. So I want to talk about the power of mindset when it comes to copywriting. First thing I want to talk about is inputs versus outputs. How much input you put in, the right input is going to dictate your outcomes. If you are focused on the wrong things, you're going really hard, so you're in the wrong vehicle, you're hammering, working at things, and it's not producing results, but you feel like you're just being busy and doing stuff. This is like the wrong type of input that's it's not gonna get you the outcomes you want. For an example of this would be, let's just say you are consuming content. And I understand when people start, they just want to consume and absorb as much knowledge as they can. And I completely understand that and would recommend it. But at a point, you have to understand that just consuming content isn't going to get you to your goal. You have to turn that consumption of content into implementation. To me, too much consumption is the wrong type of input, and it's not going to lead you to the outcome you want. So we have to be focused on the right types of input. If this is, let's say, our inputs and the volume of our inputs is related to, let's just talk about outreach to clients, right? The number of clients you can land as a copywriter has a direct correlation to the amount of outreach message that you send. I don't care what anyone says. The more volume you put behind your outreach, the higher your chances of copywriting. So when people are saying, I've sent 10 DMs a day, I've done this, I've done that, I'm not getting responses, you're not doing enough. I can almost guarantee that's the answer to most of your questions on here. You're probably not doing enough of the thing that you say you are doing. And that is a volume game. I've heard that so many times from people like Alex Hormozy. If you've ever come across him, he is one of the best business coaches out there. And he has always had this mindset of like, volume is key. Volume is the thing that is the missing piece of most people's puzzle. You need more volume and more input. He's been able to scale what he's been doing because of volume. He's literally everywhere. He has a team now, but he is everywhere. And what we can apply this on a smaller scale as a freelance copywriter. And talking of consumption of content and then flipping that and turning it into implementation, this whole taking action thing is something that people get stuck on. People spend so much time procrastinating and stuck in this consumption hamster wheel, they don't get any results. They think they're making progress and getting somewhere by consuming more content. But I can guarantee, like, if you go through my course or anybody else's copywriting course and you just simply go through the course and consume it, but don't do anything with it, yet in the moment you feel like, yeah, euphoric, I'm doing all this work, I'm getting good at copywriting, but you're not actually doing the implementation and like applying what you're learning in these videos, you're not going to get the results you want, like in anything. At some point, you have to start taking action. And this is going to feel uncomfortable at the start. You are going to feel like you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Taking action in something that you've never done before or like a beginner at is hard, right? And people adopt this perfectionist mindset. They're like, well, I'm not going to start reaching out to clients until I'm this far down the road. I'm not going to start doing this until I've got absolutely everything perfect. I've got a perfect website, perfect this and perfect that. There's a book I read once called Ready, Fire, Aim. And it essentially does what it says on the tin. You're getting something about 80% of the way there and then shipping it. Getting on with it, taking action, and just pulling the trigger. Because the more times you can do that, the more shots on target you are going to have. It's kind of like that whole adage of throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks. This I kind of do agree with, because essentially you are just taking many shots at bat. But at the same time, when we talked earlier about inputs and outputs, throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks is like kind of a waste of time in some respects, because you could just find a mentor or a course or follow in someone's footsteps who's already done it, and then you wouldn't have to keep throwing spaghetti against the wall. You could just like have the right input to get the right outcome. And with copywriting especially, you're going to learn by doing. So again, this comes back to implementation. You're going to get good at the craft of copywriting by doing writing. And I said this in some other videos, you can't get the benefits of push-ups like muscle growth by just thinking about doing push-ups. You have to do the push-ups. You have to do the gyms, you have to do the gyms. You have to do the reps, right? You have to get your reps in. And copywriting is the same. For you, the reps could be writing out successful copy. It could be finding emails that have worked very well for other marketers and other companies, and like looking at and breaking down why they work so well and see if there's ways that you can rewrite that and add your spin on things and make it even better. This is the art of copywriting. And obviously when you start getting clients, you're going to be getting your reps in every single day because you're going to be doing the writing for clients, right? And it does all come back to being a volume game. Once you get the fundamentals of copywriting down, focus on volume. Focus on getting the reps in, whether it is writing or DMing to get clients, outreach emails. It's all a volume game. I'm not saying go crazy and spend every single waking hour of your life doing this, but set a realistic time frame that you can set aside to do this, where you've got focused time, focused work. Use the Pomodoro technique, go and search it on Google. Focused work, no distractions, and just go hard for that set time. You're going to achieve way better results in way less time with that approach. So let's touch on limiting beliefs a bit. So limiting beliefs are the things that are holding you back, the beliefs that you hold for like the reason you're not taking the action you know you should be taking to get the results you want. So if you can transform your limiting beliefs, you can essentially change your life, right? It sounds really woo-woo that and like weird and strange and out there, but it's so true. You know, you may have limiting beliefs now like copywriting doesn't work for me. I'm just looking at my screen, I've got some notes. DMs don't work for me. They don't work for getting clients. I've sent dozens of emails and no one's replying to me. X name is a scam. All course sellers are scammers. All these beliefs bleed into your actions. So if you don't believe DMs work or email outreach works or all courses are scams, you wouldn't buy any courses, you wouldn't be doing any DMs, you wouldn't be doing any call down with email outreaches, or you wouldn't have the correct belief system in place when you're doing these things. And therefore you will not get the results that they should garner for you, right? Here's a real simple task to change these limiting beliefs, right? Get a piece of paper out and write down every single limiting belief you have around anything or around everything based around copywriting. So let's just say, for example, it is copywriting. I've got a list here again on my screen. Let's just say your limiting beliefs are DMing for clients is hard. I'm bad at writing. I'll never get a client. I'm not good enough. I'm wasting time. I'm scared. I'll get ghosted. I get ghosted. It's too saturated. AI will replace me. Then what you want to do on the opposite side of your screen, opposite side of your piece of paper, write down the complete opposite list of what you've written down. So what are the complete opposites of those? So this could look like DMing for clients is easy. I'm good at writing. I can get as many clients as I want. I'm more than good enough. I'm utilizing my time well. I'm confident I'll get responses. The market is free money. It's not too saturated. I will use AI to leverage my copywriting. Your beliefs literally will create your reality. And this sounds really simple to do. And you might think, well, how can writing these things down actually change my thinking? Trust me, doing this on a daily basis, or even just thinking about this on a daily basis and having somewhat like affirmations, which isn't for everyone. I don't use affirmations or anything, but I do consciously think about my beliefs and what my thoughts are thinking, because they bleed into your actions and your behaviors. And obviously your action, your behaviors create your results or your outcomes. If you have shitty limiting beliefs, that leads to shitty actions leads to poor results. Whereas if you have like a growth mindset and you get rid of these limiting beliefs, your behaviors change, therefore your outcomes change. So you can see how this all bleeds together. So you basically want to create as many positive experiences in your brain as you can to convince your brain there is no other way. You have so many limiting beliefs in your brain because that's what your brain has been told to believe. You need to brainwash yourself out of that and give yourself as many positive experiences as you can. And this could come from affirmations, telling yourself you're good enough, watching motivational videos, anything that works for you, and do it on a consistent basis, as well as all the other things we talked about in terms of volume, taking action, imperfect action. All these things are going to transform your mindset as a copywriter. I do talk about more about this in my copy course, Zero to Pay. There's a link in the description below if you want to go and join that. There's also a link there to join my free copy club. Go check those out. If you've got any comments on mindset or anything around this sort of stuff, I'm fascinated by it. So do drop a comment below if you've got any questions on it, and I'll reply with a comment or even a video. If I can help you out in any way, please do let me know, and I will see you in the next video.